welcome to another video. You have tuned into Gut Instinct, obviously because you clicked on here. Nice to see you, thanks for joining, obviously. Today I thought I would do a video that is a little bit topical at the moment, but something that I've seen a lot on the internet, and that is dealing with Crohn's during coronavirus. Now, I am not a medical expert, I don't work for the NHS, I don't work for WHO, nothing to do with that. However, I just wanted to share some personal tips that I've been accumulating in my brain during everything that's been going on at the moment. Notes please. So if you have IBD, pen because I'm so professional. If you have IBD and you are living during the times of COVID-19, which we all are if you're watching this, unless you're watching this from the future, hello you, then these may help you or they may not. So tip number one is not really so much a tip as a bit more of common sense, but make sure that you talk to your medical health professional. Now, during these times of dealing with an autoimmune disease, during something like novel coronavirus, obviously it can be a very uncertain and a very scary time, especially when it comes to your health. The most important thing is that you speak to somebody who is qualified and somebody who you know about what is best for you. So whether that's your GP, whether it's your pharmacist, whether it's your IBD nurse, make sure your gastroenterologist, make sure that you speak to them about your situation, about your health, about your medication, about your circumstances, and get things aligned. By just having a conversation with them and getting something like your medication plan sorted, that is one less thing for you to worry about. Trust me, we don't need anything else to stress over right now. Number two is to curate your social media feed so that you can control what you're seeing. Now, I've started doing this recently anyway, just on like a personal project level, but social media, we end up following hundreds, if not thousands of people, and often they don't give us anything rewarding. They can make us feel like shit, and especially in these times of pandemics, they can spread panic and fake news. So my top tip here is to A, follow anyone who makes you feel like shit. The amount of tanning, body tease, booty things that I followed from years ago that I still follow is ridiculous and embarrassing, so I've unfollowed all of those. Also, sometimes it's really important to mute groups that just don't bring you any joy right now. So for example, and this is one of the reasons I wanted to create this video, but there is a lot of fear that's being spread in some groups, especially some health groups, not naming any names. It's really important obviously to stay in the know, and so you know what's right and what's wrong, but also to check your sources, okay? Because some people are spreading a lot of fake news, a lot of scaremongering, and a lot of shit. So my advice would be, get your news if you really want to indulge in the news, although, you know, quite negative, so maybe not indulging in the news would be good, but get any information from a trusted source. Double check your facts, okay? This is like school. Don't just write a quote in there. Check it, double check it, get a friend to check it. Don't just take everything you see as gospel, because that can create a lot of anxiety and a lot of animosity, especially in the online spaces. So whatever it is, whether it's from a personal level, professional level, or from a keeping up to date level, make sure that your spaces are curated to serve you, okay? You don't know anyone anything by following or responding or liking anything. So just make sure that that is working for you right now. Number three is to not ignore your mental health. So during these times of social distancing, self-isolation, a lot of people are going to be finding themselves at home, either induced by anxiety from what they're reading because they're worried about their health specifically. You know, is their medication putting them in the higher risk category? Are you more at risk because you have Crohn's in the first place? There are a ton of things that people are worrying about right now. Some unnecessarily, some very necessary. Let's not forget to look after our mental well-being as well as our physical well-being. I feel like it's one thing to say that we all stay inside and to just sit down and sit tight to save the NHS and to look after each other. Big thumbs up for that. Very much a bigger fan of that. But you shouldn't neglect the stuff going on up here, and actually mental well-being can be all-encompassing, all-embodying. Just saying. Make sure that you are doing what you can to preserve your mental state. Your well-being is so important now more than ever, to be completely honest. So whatever it is, tap back into that. If you haven't found something that works for you yet, keep trying, keep exploring, you know, whether it be looking at dog pics for an hour a day, or making sure you call a friend or a member of your family, writing down in a journal, reading, meditating, going for your one run a day, working out with a tin of beans, you know? That looks dodgy, we won't do that anymore. Whatever it is that brings you some moment of kind of mental calmness, please make sure you're doing that. Number 4 is don't feel pressured to be wildly productive, okay? I feel guilty, and I've only just realised I don't need to feel guilty for this, but I felt guilty for not signing up to learn 3 new languages this week, not completing 7 jigsaw puzzles in a day, not working out so much that it hurts. People right now seem to be very, very obsessed with the phrase, use this time productively. And although I get the sentiment and I get it's good to, embrace the moment, enjoy it, make the best of it, do what you can, all the other textbook sayings, insert here. It's also okay, by the way, to slow down and to just take a moment and to not be doing 100 things every day. I'm busy, I'm busy, I'm busy. People seem to neglect the fact that it's okay to be proud of just getting up, having a shower or not, and just getting through the day. For so many people, especially if you have an inflammatory bowel disease, for want of any other illnesses, to be honest, getting through these daily challenges has been a problem way before we were in isolation, way before we were in social distancing and we had to stay at home. I'm kind of lost for words because the pressure that I see online and from people to be productive during this time is a lot, and I think it's not necessarily very healthy. If you want to go learn a new course, start a band, set up your own pizza delivery company, I don't know, that is fantastic, and I applaud anyone doing anything positive. Good for you, but the same for me too. And so what my good might look like may be very different to someone else's. So if anyone's watching this and has felt incredibly tense or anxious that they just can't handle the mental capacity of being any more productive right now, I'm literally looking at you and telling you it's okay. Promise you it's okay. At the end of last week, my mind felt like it was going to explode. And so, no, as of this weekend, if I don't want to be productive and that my version of doing me is by actually relaxing the fuck out, that's what I'm gonna do, okay? Might need to learn to do my hair. Number 5, the last one, is to stay safe. Most importantly, okay? I don't need to tell you this, alright? Let's just go rewatch Boris Johnson's very bizarre to-camera speech. Just stay safe. By staying safe, you are looking after your health, okay? It's a scary time for people with Crohn's and colitis, I get you. But by staying indoors, looking after your health, both physically and mentally, doing what you're told, and just staying in is actually such a good thing, and making sure that you are looking after yourself and therefore looking after the people around you. If, babe, you're not feeling well, don't go out, okay? Don't go touching things outside and hugging people who don't live in your household. I know it's hard. I know it's really, really, really friggin' hard, but just stay safe and look after yourself. Honestly, if you know that you're doing the best that you can, then everything else will fall into place. You shouldn't feel overwhelmingly stressed if you know that you're doing the best that you can for yourself and staying safe. Plus, let's not forget that stress is a huge trigger for people with inflammatory issues, bowel issues, gut health. So let's just all do our little bit. 1, for the NHS, big up them for God's sake. Hello, let's just do something nice for other people for once. Number 2, for yourself, okay? If you are sick or not sick, if you're watching this, just stay safe. I don't know how many times I can say stay safe. Stay safe. I say at the end of every email right now, every message, every email, like, your health is a priority. It should always be a priority. Don't be a dick. That's all from me. Reach out to your community. If you are able to help others, offer yourself to do so, okay? Because it's a time when it's really important for us to pull together. There are some lovely, lovely, lovely people in the world out there, so make sure you find them and make sure you look after yourself. I can't say that enough times. Oh my God. So cheers from me and my pink smoothie. Sending you lots of love. Namaste. You know it's good when you have to chew, don't you? Yeah. Bye.